Hi everyone, so this is going to be a video where I'm talking about how to handle social situations when you are eating a raw vegan diet, because it is a very extreme way of eating. It's a very good and healthy way of eating and very pleasurable, but it's very different from the way society eats these days. No matter what country you're in, it's very, very different, you know. So I started thinking about this because I actually I had two social gatherings this past weekend. I had a dinner party where we went over to someone else's house, and then we had family over to our house where we were all eating together as well. And in both of these situations, I knew what was going to be planned, that, you know, the people were preparing to eat, and it wasn't anything that, you know, I eat on the raw vegan diet. So in both of these situations, I had to, you know, make different arrangements so I could still eat the way that I eat. So just wanted to talk about that with you guys, because that is one thing. Whenever you eat this way, it is very limiting as far as like going out to restaurants or like social get-togethers, but there's always a way, and so that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm just going to kind of talk about my experience, and then hopefully it will help you guys and I can give you guys some tips for, you know, dealing with social situations. So first of all, we went over to someone else's house, and she was preparing like this whole like steak and like all these different foods, which, you know, I've eaten that in the past. They're delicious foods, I think, you know, but I just don't eat that way anymore. So what I did was I was organized. So that's the first tip, is that you have to be organized and you have to prepare your food ahead of time. So you can't expect for, you know, someone to accommodate you. You have to, you know, prepare your own food and bring it to their house, and that's how I would suggest to arrange your social gathering. So what I did was I prepared my food ahead of time, and I prepared enough food to share with others, and that's how I handled that. Whenever we had family over to our house, I did the same thing. You know, I wasn't eating what they were eating. I prepared my own food and I had it ready, and, you know, I ate just with everyone else, and I still enjoyed the social gathering just like I would have if I were to have eaten the same foods, but I just ate what I normally eat, and so it wasn't a big deal. Another thing is I wanted to talk about, you know, like how to handle when people ask you about, like, you know, why you aren't eating what they're eating and why you're eating the foods that you are. Because it's just a very normal thing for people to ask you, you know, like, you know, you're not going to try what I made, or, well, why don't you eat this meat, or why don't you eat this, and yada yada yada. So, you know, all you have to do is just be true to yourself. Just, you know, be yourself. Don't feel bad about not eating that food. Don't feel bad about eating the food that you're eating, because you're making some really great decisions in your life, and that's what you have to tell yourself, is that, you know, what I'm doing is for my health, and it's not for any other reason. It's not to lose weight, it's not to get attention, it's not to do any of these things. It's for my health, and I'm eating this way because it makes me feel amazing. And that's what I told these people, because, you know, everyone at both of the social gatherings were asking me, like, oh, you're not gonna have any, or do you want some of this? And I just said, no, you know, I don't eat that anymore. I'm a vegan now, and, you know, I brought my food though, and, you know, this is just what I'm going to eat. And like, they were so nice to me. Like, they didn't make me feel weird, they didn't make me feel strange, they didn't, like, you know, they weren't offended. I was just very honest, and, you know, I think people are just very they respond well to that when you just, you know, you give an honest response, and it's not because you're not open-minded to try these foods, it's not because of any other reason, but it's your decision to eat the way that you're eating. And especially whenever we had family over, it was really funny, because it's like they asked me every question in the book, like, you don't eat meat? Like, why don't you eat meat? And why are you eating the way that you're eating? And, you know, all the questions, all the normal questions. And, you know, you can't get offended by these questions. Just answer them to the best of your ability and answer them with, you know, a positive response. And you know, people, it's a very curious thing. People are very curious about the raw food diet and the vegan diet, and that's so normal, but it's just a way for you to, you know, share it with others, you know, because a lot of people don't even know about this way of eating. So take it as a opportunity to share with others, you know, all the great benefits that you have in your life now because of the way that you're eating this way. And that's what I did. And I just told them, you know, like, this is just the way that I eat now. And they were like, you know, why do you eat this way? And I'm like, well, just because I feel the best that I've ever felt before, and that's the honest truth. And I can exercise for longer, I can exercise harder, I just so many benefits, you know. You can, the list is just endless of the benefits of eating this way. So you can tell them all the benefits that you've experienced. You can keep it as short or as long as you want to, but just be honest with your opinion and just keep it really, really positive, because, you know, that's what I did this past weekend, and people were just very, very respectful, and just, they were very curious, and then they were just very like, you know, wow, well, that's kind of cool. And another cool thing that happened this weekend was, okay, so we had paella to eat with like the whole family, and so like everyone's eating, and after they had done, like, they were done asking me the questions like, why aren't you eating this, like, everyone ate paella, and they ate like appetizers with a whole bunch of meat and stuff like that, and then there's like a huge cake at the end, and then panettes, and it's a different type of dessert. And so like everyone ate everything, right? And then I'm just sitting there eating my huge salad, my grapes and raisins and stuff like that. And after everyone was done eating, like, a few people came up to me and they were like, I'm so full, like, I'm just so full. And they were like, you're so smart for eating just a salad, because I'm so full right now. And not, you know, not to put down any of these other foods or any other way of eating, but, you know, it does. Like, I was like still like perky and everything like that, like buzzing around and just still full of energy after eating all of my food. And then everyone else was just like, kind of just like laying back and just kind of like, okay, oof, I'm so like miserably full. So anyways, I really hope this video was, you know, fun for you guys to watch, and I hope it was helpful for you as well. And let me know, you know, how you all handle social situations too. At this point too, I will say that, you know, I don't have anyone involved in my life that does eat a raw vegan diet, so, you know, it kind of takes my journey to the next level, because, you know, it's different when there's people around you that eat the same way that you do, and it's easy to stay on track, and it's easy to, you know, be motivated then. But at this point, I don't have anyone in my life who eats a raw vegan diet like I do. So, you know, but it's okay, you know, it's part of my journey. And, you know, if you do have people in your life that eat the same way that you do, raw vegan diet, you're definitely lucky, and so it helps out in social situations. But anyways, definitely let me know what you do whenever you go out to eat or whenever you're in social situations. I would love to hear that from you guys too. And I want to say one more thing. I wanted to know if you guys like this necklace. One of my friends made it, Sonia. She's so sweet, and I just really like it. So I want to see if you guys liked it, and if you do, I'm going to put the link in the information box below, and you can check out. She has a whole bunch of jewelry, so you can check it all out, and if you like something, you can buy it from her too, and I think she has really good prices. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day, and lots of love. Bye.